Mics are hot. And hello, everyone. We are back. Welcome back to The Trail of the Dead, episode 7. 7.
Yes.
Yes,
7,
7.
8, 9.
I
Yeah,
wrote
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
I wrote it down like 4 hours ago when I updated the title of the stream, but forgot. So we're on the same. Heartbeats in this are on the same. We're
Yeah.
the same right now.
We're technically 4 minutes to midnight right now.
Okay. No.
Yeah. That's been 4 games left.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hi, we're back. Yeah, and we're here. Fairy is out again this week. She's still not feeling well, so they'll hopefully be returning back next week. But the rest of us are here. We're queer. We're ready to play some games. So Andrew, go ahead and start off with a round of introductions and awkward questions and all that good stuff.
Oh, you're gonna love this one.
Okay.
All right. So I'm Andrew. I'm the man in charge of making the story happen, not making any of the technology happen. And you can find me over at the old at the Siege Andrew on Twitter, as well as some other stuff that's going to be happening in the next couple of weeks, but I can't commit to any answers about it right now. But the more important question is, I want you to imagine your mind and an X and a Y axis. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
At the top of the y-axis is thick crust pizza. The bottom of the y-axis is thin crust pizza.
Mm-hmm.
On the left-hand side of the x-axis is topping heavy, and on the right side, it's sauce heavy. Where do you live on this quadrant?
Okay, that's important.
I told you it's a good one.
It's a good one. These are important questions.
I think we're all in agreement that structure is the pinnacle, important piece of any pizza, but everything else. So yeah, pass that down the line.
It's you're muted.
I am?
No, Ellie is.
Hello.
There we go.
Xbox headphones, hey tear. What's up? I'm Ellie. I play Uzi. You can find me on Twitter at L Esperanto. And more importantly, I am a thick crust, lots of toppings boy. This is just a casserole I didn't have to make.
Yeah.
Also, what is sauce? Like, just, no. So.
No. Okay.
Hello,
Who are you
everybody.
playing? Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Well, I said you're playing Uzi.
Oh, did I listen? Audio things.
I think I said it.
Yeah.
And I think I also said it when I was mute. So.
Oh, okay. There you go.
So,
props.
There we go.
I'm Uzi. So, my bro.
Now you can go poop. Sorry. Oh no, he froze!
Oh no!
He froze!
Or maybe he's moving so fast that he appears slow.
Maybe.
It's like going to Star City.
Oh no, someone summoned him.
Oh no, there's only 3 people that know his true name.
Oh no.
That he knows of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I was telling my my friend when I was spitballing this question to them. It's I'm pretty much in the center as far as that is concerned. But if I take a bite of your pizza and the entire top slides off and flops down onto my chin and onto my shirt, I'm going home.
He's just going home.
We're done. We are done for the day.
Yeah. Going home. Fair. Very fair. We'll give him some time to get back. If he doesn't come back, however, it would just be 2 of us, so we'd probably have to. We'll give it some minutes. We're not gonna jump to conclusions just yet. So I can answer my pizza question, right?
Do it.
So I have this thing about pizza in that I can't actually eat it anymore. I can have a white sauce pizza. I cannot eat tomato sauce anymore. It upsets me.
What about a nice,
and by upset me, it sets off one of my. I have practically a tomato allergy, but only very particularly to like not to fresh tomatoes, but like things made from tomatoes.
The process.
Yeah,
tomatoes.
so I think it's just something that comes up when you like blend them and you put something that comes out of the seeds or something, or it could be the acid that you get. Like it could just straight up be the tomato acid. But I do a good garlic white sauce pizza. I'm always here for that.
Yeah,
Alfredo
with
pizza.
like the chicken and the figs and stuff like that. A little arugula.
Who puts figs on their pizza? What the hell?
Figs?
No!
Oh, a pear, a white sauce pear, and pizza. Yes, it's good. That being said, as far as my bread goes, I'm a hand toss person. Like that is where I like to live, is at hand toss, because I love bread. So why would I deny myself bread? So a hand toss pizza. So like on that scale, it's probably a little on the fluffier side, on the breadier side than the thin side. And as far as toppings go, so this is just my pizza. I'm just going to tell everyone my pizza and what I eat. It's a white garlic sauce pizza with Italian sausage, spinach, and onion. That's my pizza.
Okay.
Sometimes bacon.
Bacon is a dangerous territory, I've found, when it comes to pizza.
No.
For that particular, because there's also the in my hometown, they make like like an Alfredo chicken and bacon. Pizza. And that one is always mwah.
It's a little spicy, right? Like it's just a scotch of like red pepper flakes.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right.
Yeah.
Like here's the thing: whenever people say a little spicy, I don't know if they're actually saying it's spicy or it just has seasoning. I'm from Louisiana.
Yeah, that's
bless Minnesota heart. I love living here, but mayonnaise is not a seasoning.
Mayonnaise is not a seasoning. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy mayonnaise. Okay, like very particularly with roast beef sandwiches. That is where I like my mayo.
Horseradish.
I hate horseradish. I really don't like horseradish. Horseradish is not where I'm at.
All right.
But like, yeah, like I do like mayonnaise, and part of the process of my potato salad does have mayo in it, but I have more mustard than I do mayo. And no, I don't put raisins in it. I don't know, like, this must be a northern white people thing, because in the South, we don't put raisins.
War crime, immediately.
It's a war crime. Like, sweet potato salad's a war crime. It's got to be, like, very tangy. It's got to have some relish in it. With the potatoes, onion, and as someone who's from Louisiana, just a shit ton of Tony Chachere's. Like you can't.
So
paprika.
Personal preference time. Are you two more mealy potatoes like russets and the big chunky boys like that, or are you more
yellow,
like firm potatoes like the little itty bitty reds?
Yes. For like potato salad, I'm a yellow potato person. Like
that nice mid range.
Yeah, because like if you get the russet, it starts to it'll meal itself in that liquid, and you can't eat the leftovers. And it's not Southern food if you cannot eat it for 7 meals straight.
It's true. It's 100% true. Yeah.
Those au gratin like red potatoes
are
those things are catnip. Those are Andrew snacks. Like you rattle the bag and I will break a hole through your wall.
Oh yeah!
Oh, it's the good shit. I love those carbs.
We were talking pizza, but we started talking potato salad. Wait, that's 2 popes. We need a pope and an Ellie. But go ahead and talk about your pizza.
Sorry about that, folks.
Yeah,
one of the downsides of working in the sticks is sometimes the energy company just goes, nah.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
And so had to turn on the generator. But we're back. So, yes, I live on the x-axis of thickness, and I am betwixt the end goal of all toppings and the middle of toppings.
So it's got to be a little robust as far as the sauce is concerned, but you're more interested in like the sausage, the red bell peppers, the pepperoni, that sort of thing.
I am also sauce, like eccentric, as long as it is a edible, properly flavored thing, it can go on pizza.
Yeah, you're one of the California deviants like me, where it's like, oh, sweet almond butter pizza, hell yeah! It's like, no, what is your problem? What is wrong with you?
That being said,
yeah,
pineapple does belong on pizza.
Not mine.
On red sauce pizza with the onion, pineapple, onion, and tomato sauce.
No.
Perfect.
All right.
To express my madness. So breakfast pizza is a thing, especially here in Florida, and a base sauce of a thin bit of sriracha, eggs, cheese, bacon, a little bit of spinach, and there you go.
You're basically getting one of those street vendor egg sandwiches on a pizza at that point.
Yes.
I think I might be the trash goblin, because perfect pizza order. No sauce, put butter. Just throw the sauce out, put the butter. Lots of cheese. Jalapenos double. Olives. Only black. And then chicken and pineapple. That is the perfect pizza.
Ooh.
You're edging dangerously close to prosciutto territory with that.
Prosciutto's fine on pizza.
You're right on
it's good
DMZ.
on pizza,
The problem is the butter overpowers the prosciutto. Prosciutto just can't survive.
What about a ghee?
I don't want to deal with that though, when I could just melt an entire stick of butter.
Yeah, they serve it in jars now. It's like wine. It's like boxed wine.
Okay. Boxed wine isn't good.
Box ghee will get you to hell, and Clive will see you there.
Yes. I guess I'm a box ghee daddy now.
Your fucking stone-faced seriousness, Pope, was amazing.
All right.
Okay, well, so pizzas. That being said, just a reminder to everyone here, this is a viewer-affected game. You can affect the game with your bits, subs, and donations. We have reward pools here. We're not giving it to everyone here. Every 100 biddies goes to a reroll pool. Sub rewards go to a shard regain, and donation rewards go to helping us with endeavors and inflictions. So yeah, that's a thing. And Amani, thanks for that sub. So now we have 22 shards that we can just 22 extra shards. Like at this point, between the four of us, we could probably just burn through that without using our actual shards.
At this juncture, you could have effectively set the big bad evil guy's base on fire with no repercussions.
Yeah. So like, here's the thing: we're already set up to win. But I could also like to be paid. So, and with that, go ahead and as a reminder, this game is like legit kind of grown up. We like to joke about pizza and stuff, but this game deals with themes of like gaslighting, sex, violence, political marriages that don't work out, things like that. It's kind of nuts.
High level Jungian theory.
Yes.
Hi, you have switched on HBO and it's late night.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yes. That's exactly what, or not quite Skinamax, but close to it. That being said, we are taking care of ourselves. We have our safety tools set up. If you ever, the audience, feel like you need to take care of yourself and you need to step away, please also do so. The warning keeps going around, but yeah, we're good. We're taking care of ourselves, and I just want everyone here to take care of themselves. That being said, now we can go. All right. We've talked for so long. I gotta pee again.
Okay, you go ahead and pee. I'll talk about the introduction to the game.
Charcuterie boards. Oh, charcuterie.
Yeah, that's how you say it.
Okay, time out though. We had. So we have trivia every other Wednesday, like pub trivia that I go to every Wednesday, and every time we've been going, we've been doing a cheese pun for our team name, and because it was like a music based, we decided to be Death Cab for Charcuterie.
I love you.
Oh,
That
Val,
was our pod
did you-
this time around. Last week it was like books, and so we were the Fellowship of the Fromage. Like,
Did you see the death map for cutie idea that I put on Twitter?
I might have. I don't know.
Yeah, there's your Changeling the Lost game. Just go with that title.
Gotcha. Okay. Right. Well, anyway, I'm gonna go pee, so don't start with me.
All right, so we're gonna have a quick discussion about some of the safety tools because we have bumped into some of the heavy stuff before. We are gonna be using traffic lights and check-ins as well as X cards, but this episode in particular is going to be dealing with things of ego manipulation. And what else was it? Oh yeah, character death for sure. That's really porn in my DMs, isn't it? Wow. And one other thing. Oh yeah. Concepts and ideas of tribalism and how that can be manipulated. So just the awareness. All right. So the story so far is everybody was minding their own business, and when one day a dead man broke into Zelik's house and stole some stuff that he shouldn't have sold. Some investigation happened. It turns out the dead man was actually not a dead man. He was a live man disguised as a dead man because he ate the dead man's heart. But the stuff was still stolen, and the thing still happened because of that. That thing being the creation of semi-human, non-sapient, autonomous living creatures called Birchmen. What happened next was a tree suddenly happened. A big tree happened a lot, actually, with like big capital letters. And from that, it was sort of determined that the sort of foundation of the meta narrative of the city was starting to fall apart. Some investigation happened on both the cult of the Zeros and the hidden, unforeseen big bad evil guy. Zelek and Uzi were both pulled into Lotus Eater machines by Zero, who gave them exactly what they wanted, but too much of it. And they were eventually able to pull out of the illusion and come back into the real world with Clive's help. Meanwhile, Clive had a humongous info dump by the original Deva of the Hunt, Granny Miranda Ghost, who told him there's a big dragon made out of nothing in space and it really wants to be here.
Yep.
That was the ultimate action of a 72-hour adventure in universe, I believe. So we're going to pick up a couple of days later with episode 4. The man walked the streets collecting his due. The poem this time is yes, he got to the center where nothing at all can be demonstrated. And clearly he doesn't exist, but he refuses to accept the conclusion. You see, he was always an egoist. And that's from Judith Wright's Eve to her daughters. So let's pick up with Clive. You have a person, you have a mortal in your house right now who you need to decide what to do with.
Yeah. So about that. Given what's going on and given the conversation my spouse had with them, it's going through the proper motions and channels to go, okay, I am getting licensing to teach this one. Because she needs to be brought in, as well as teach her a few tools, like some defensive magic.
There you go. All right. Okay, so this is going to be a really interesting opportunity for you to sort of expound on how Clive wants to go about this. So we discussed previously, towards the very beginning of the series, that everybody has the ability. Each of the four spheres have the ability to grant mortals a blessing. Angels can just perform miracles. Leviathans can do that if they want to, but not many do. And Devas have ultimate power over their particular theme. As for infernals, you have contracts. So, what does your contract look like?
Um, overly detailed in legalese. Because I'm sorry, it's House of Black. If you are caught with your pants down and not having something airtight, that's just a sin against fashion in the House of Black. Um, so yeah, no, it's this thing is ironclad, but at the spirit of it, it is you will be you will be granted an induction into defensive magics.
Mm-hmm.
In exchange, they dedicate service to the city.
Okay, okay. So you're in your office, sitting at your desk. Rebecca, the former police detective that got attacked by two leviathans and killed both of them, is sitting cross-legged in the chair opposite you. Her arm is healing pretty quickly thanks to a couple of in-house devas helping out. And she's reading over this contract, and eventually she gets the end page, and she just kind of looks up at you with this expression of like the Michael Bluth, like, I didn't know what I was expecting expression. Where she goes, "So is it insulting for me to ask where the soul part of this is, or what's going on?"
Soul exchange is not necessarily a thing that's done topside. It's typically frowned upon by our peers, unless it is for something that is really significant. This is, by all accounts, quite mild.
So this is just an exchange of protection for services rendered?
Yes.
Okay. What services are needed, though? It seems like you and the rest of the what you call them, Defiant. Defiant seem to have a handle on the situation.
Yes, but as things have been accelerating towards entropy, there are places that still need protection, individuals that still need protection. Your detail is going to be tied to a Xavier Kane, or the culturalist that works in Dupleton.
Hmm.
You
What's his
essentially
name?
will. He's he helps with food and growing things. You have to make sure that he doesn't, isn't endangered, because that would suck.
She gets this expression on her face, like she's she's just gotten sort of enough of the puzzle to reach the threshold where she can begin asking questions about what's going on. Um, so she holds up her hands and sort of drops the contract in her lap and says, "If if the city is in danger of entropy and hell is empty, why don't you just go back?"
To think that hell is empty, no. Your concept of empty doesn't quite fit.
She has
Hell's been opened, not emptied. There are things that have made quite a home there. Also, there are things that have made a cottage industry there. And with the world being on fire, there are those who are still on that side of the fence that are making a killing right now.
she gets this really kind of crestfallen expression on her face, and she stands up and walks around the desk, and reaches out and sets her hand on your forearm. and she just like a genuine, honest, open, like not pity, but like condolences of just, you really can't go home, can you?
Depends on which home.
Well, Saddam and Gomorrah are gone, and hell's apparently full up. I can see I can see why you're invested in this place.
There are many rules that we live by. Within the House of Black, there is one specific one. Be human. Home's here.
Okay. Uh, the doctor, Bootstiff.
Doctor.
Yeah, he says the arm should be good in about a day or two. I don't. My my house blew up. Can I stay here until my arm gets better?
Your accommodations here can stand. Once your arm is healed, we'll see about finding you a place in Dublaton, closer to your charge.
She makes this expression like, "Oh boy, that's not. Is that comped or is that something I'm gonna have to pay for?"
It's sort of comped. It's sort of paid for. That's the thing where reality and
Okay.
it will be taken care of.
Can you? I'll get out of your hair. I've got some paperwork that the left-handers wanted me to fill out. Can you give me the card for your money guy? I have to liquidate everything before, well, the police try to seize what I have in my accounts.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, they're actively trying to burn me down at the station, and I want to be able to continue to afford to eat.
You haven't met Alexis yet. She is lovely. Bit on the prickly side, but very good with numbers.
Is she a cactus?
The cactus
No.
calculator, the little arm.
Like a cactar. Like
Cactuars from Final
Sorry.
Fantasy.
I'll put it this way: Alexis Pyre is a succubi.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hey, Mama, what's up?
And she is my primary accountant.
Rebecca, like you say that, Rebecca's face just goes stone flat, and beads of sweat begin to appear on her forehead. She goes, "Oh, okay. I'll tell you, Alexis then. Okay, bye, Clef." Like knees not bending, walking out. Like, oh no, oh god, I'm gonna be sweaty after this.
Nothing excises as much pain from mortality as accounting.
All right, that was fun. Okay.
Accounting. Sorry, it's just that, like, on the socials, we call people with OnlyFans accountants.
Oh, really?
And she's a succubi, so
Yeah, did you not know that?
No.
Yeah.
I'm an accountant.
No,
yeah.
I do accounting things.
I have learned something new today.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I thought it was a double joke the whole time.
I thought
Yeah,
it was
they're
a double
accountants.
joke
They
the
do
whole time
accounting.
too. No, he really is an accountant.
Genius wordplay.
Oh god. Yep.
Oh wow. So Rebecca's gonna show up in a slinky like backless black night dress, and like no bra, no show panties on, like 7.5-inch high heels. Jump cut to 7 hours later where they're still fucking going over the numbers. It's not how I expect this night to go. Thought it was a euphemism, Clive, about the accounting thing.
Nope.
Okay. All right.
Clive is horrifically honest.
Oh man, how do you blue ball yourself, man? All right. So like you had a rough couple of days. What have you been doing in the interim?
Me? Well, I think first and foremost, Zelok is going to make an appointment to visit his mom.
Mhm. So that's going to involve going out a little into the HSD and having her come up.
Yeah, she's got some he's got some things he wants to talk to her about, warn her about first before anyone else. Just because it probably affects her relationship with things more than it necessarily does his. So,
Let me pop something. Quick. There you are. I need. Okay. What we're gonna do is the thing that I should have done 6 weeks ago and put Zelek's character sheet in the Defiant folder.
I know I did mine on the actual character sheet. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's one of those things where it's like every time I pick it up, I'm like, I should put this where it belongs.
Mm-hmm.
And then ADD brain happens, and I'm like, where the hell is it?
Fair. I understand.
You get a text message.
Mm-hmm.
I believe you sent Zane and some of the others out to the army base nearby, right?
Yes, to the old Boeing on
Yeah.
naval base up north from where we're at. Yeah.
Okay. So you get a text from Zane that says like, priority 2, give me a call back when you get this.
Yeah, I'll call him back. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yo.
You can hear the wind kind of blowing through the microphone in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm imagining this is sort of like a flat sort of base on like a valley very near like the river, so the wind is constantly going across it. And he's sort of having to yell to they're sort of just trying to yell to be able to be heard over. Zelek, we found the guns and a lot of other shit here too. There's a bunch of diesel. I think there's like 700-800 barrels
of diesel.
Yeah,
nice.
The military grade stuff. And at least 2 helicopters, but we don't know anybody who can fly them. But we found something else.
Yeah.
Here.
Okay.
Moves.
Uh-huh.
And a voice comes through.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, who's this?
Who are you?
I'm Diana Lode. I live here.
You just live out of you live at the base? Is this a person I'm looking at?
Well, it's the person you're talking to on the phone, yeah.
Yeah, person on the phone. You just live over there.
Yeah, with my friend.
Who's your friend?
Harrison?
Harrison?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zelek knows of these 2.
Okay.
So the gag with these NPCs, the bit, is that they are I forget what they're called. I think they're called witnesses when you're a hunter, like from Hunter the Reckoning, but you don't have the hunter abilities. You just have the skill set.
Mm-hmm.
They're those who already played and finished the apocalypse scenario in the werewolf or the hunter book, where it's like you protect this block. So they're player characters from a different game that already ended.
Okay, and they have just survived outside of the carnival in the ruins, Fallout style.
The reason that they're out here is because they were blacklisted from the city because they killed a minor horseman.
Oh, which horseman?
I think they're called Reapers. It's the minor war one. I think it's the Reaper.
Okay. Well then.
And basically, they killed this thing a couple of years ago, and everybody who was sort of around that area, politically speaking, sort of looked at each other and was like, "Does anybody want this? No, make them go away."
I'm gonna take a moment and I'm gonna be like, "Can you give the phone back to my man, please? Thanks. Okay. Thank you, Diane." Mm-hmm.
And he comes back on. So we don't know what to do with him.
You should invite them over, and I will have guest rooms prepared for them in my loft.
Okay.
Yeah, not where my wife and I stay in, like my private residence that's above the museum.
We have, yeah, we just finished loading up the 4th transport truck with stuff. Do you want us to just go ahead and bring those with us as well? Or
You
leave
better
them?
bring at least both of those helicopters.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to fly them. But yeah, I would like. I want everything that you can put stuff inside the helicopter if you need.
All right. We're bringing all the big stuff. You're gonna want the bullets and the MREs and the body armor and all that shit too.
Yeah, you can leave the MREs. Those are gross. Leave it for the next poor sod that comes here.
All right, you got it, boss.
It's like we don't need MREs. I literally eat dirt. Like everything else is for pleasure. Like, but legitimately, I just eat dirt. Like,
I'm Ryu from Streets. I like dirt, water with no ice.
Yeah.
No Family Guy.
Like I just like mud. Leave me alone. That's all I need nutrition wise is like gemstones and shit.
Yeah, you're like a capybara. You just absorb all the nutrients through your skin.
Someone else knows a capybara fact. Yeah, and like that's interesting because considering that we're up against a major horseman, it actually would be really nice to talk to these people about how they killed a minor horseman.
Okay.
That's what's going through Zealot's head right now.
There's a little bit of back and forth, and Zane kind of said is head away from the phone. Hang on a sec. Yeah, just over there. Stay. The both of you. Am I threatening these guys, or are they coming at their own volition?
Tell them that they're just being invited to a dinner party.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. There's a little more conversation, and you'll be set up to meet the LNL here in a minute.
Yeah, that'll be in the evening. But yeah, I'm still getting ready to go see Mom. Yes.
You're gonna make her your lasagna just like she used to.
Oh man, if Mom makes me a lasagna with mud, it's gonna be so good. Mud lasagna? Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Things are a little weird.
Yeah.
Over in the old Uzi zone.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna do anything that's particularly impactful?
Well, Uzi's gonna continue to work on their secret soft project. And when they're not, they are going to play definitely a hacked version of Pokemon in the same pajamas for the next 3 days and ignore everybody around them. They're gonna hang out with their guild bros online, and it's just like no one's real anymore. No one. They've gone full no sleep, no eat, shut down. So, yeah.
You're in a dark room.
Yeah.
Illuminated only by the light from your DS or no, your Switch. Yeah, the apocalypse happened after the DS came out, I think. Or
the Switch. Yeah, of course.
And then the camera kind of like pulls back a little bit, and Gabriel is just sitting in a chair, like nearby. Super wasn't there when you sat down to start playing.
Yes.
When you went down there, I got a message from Zero. And he he told me what happened.
Mm. And this is relevant because
I want to talk about it. When you're ready,
well,
and if you want me to call Von Halen and have her mediate, I'm happy to do that.
cool. All right, that's great information. Am I needed for anything in the court, or are you going to take care of that while I have my turn at mental breakdown land?
I will, but I don't want to leave you like this.
I'll be fine. Well, it's another day in the dark. We have obligations, always. Those things come first.
What are we going to do?
Same thing we've been doing since the beginning. Pretend everything's okay until it can't.
Quick pause. Hey, Clive.
Yeah.
Did you give the Annis the briefing on Null?
I think they got the briefing. Like, Clive's modus operandi was from when we last saw him before the contract was written up was go home, take a therapeutic, incredibly long, unfortunate, exceptionally hot shower, change clothes, and then went to the Calesti building and went, that meeting with the Hierophant happens now.
Okay, we'll get to that.
And it was just the entire, here's everything. And then from that meeting, it was like, there was an email that appeared for both of the ends. Here's what I have had, this is the terrible knowledge that I now possess. Here, have some.
So the response from the Colesti building is, you're on his calendar. He's going to read this stuff. Relax. He will see you.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So Gabriel, smash cut back to this. Gabriel folds his hands in his lap. Do you know how the trumpets work?
No. I don't want to know. It's not relevant to the situation that will be going forward regardless. So keep that.
He stands up. When you need me, speak my name. And he leaves.
Before he walks out of the door, I'm going to pause my game again and go, Gabriel,
Yes.
before you do anything stupid, self-sacrificing, whatever the divine benevolent bullshit that you guys are on, I will remind you something very, very important. I have very, very little to lose, and there's a whole lot of shit here to destroy.
Uzi,
Keep that in mind.
I can't do anything. That's why I was trying to tell you about the trumpet.
No, shh. We're going to stay in the I can't do anything territory. Okay?
Are there any other actions you want to take?
Yeah, I'm going to start playing the game. Pause it. Uzi's Gonna yeet it into a wall.
No, that's
Pick
Wind
up
Waker.
like
No, or, not Wind Waker.
pick
Breath of
up
the
like
Wild.
a shitty like a pre-packed duffel bag, go style. Uh, leave, drive directly towards the like the docks and stuff, and get on their what they consider their home,
Okay,
and just
double it.
set it to go for it. Yep,
Double it.
they're gonna try. Yeah,
All right. In what to what end, I suppose?
because somebody set off that reminder of no matter how much you try, you are still something large trapped in the tiniest of cages. His brain is itching at that I can get out of the cage if I want to, um, even though he knows that he can't. So he's just going to start sailing for as far as he can get out before he hits the end of Trumfoy and go swimming deep and just keep swimming down as far as he can.
That's gonna get interesting.
Yep.
Big capital I, interesting. Back with old Clive. There's a report on your desk.
What's
It's
on the docket today?
It's from the right-handers.
Okay.
They did some digging on the three people that were listed as sort of the big muckety mucks with the zeros.
Yes.
Salazar Sidewinder is dead, like super crazy, mega ultra double dragon. Don't worry about it. He ain't coming back dead.
Good.
Yeah. There was a minorly distracting, some would say orgiastic release of tension on him. But whilst you were disassembling him, you did notice, the three of you, that he didn't have a shard.
Right.
There's some guesswork as to what that means in the report. The most obvious answer is he's an idol. They're functionally machines. They're incredibly sophisticated Chinese rooms. Other than that, there's literally nothing under the hood to make them tick. Another theory is he might have co-opted a body and swapped out the shard for the idol. But there's no conclusive agreement in that, and you're seeing in the comment section, like the editorializing section, that there's a lot of like snippy back and forth between the left-handers and the right-handers.
Yeah.
Like, we should capture him and we should kill him and everybody he ever met.
So how do you go about saying this name, the
just
most
in
common
the report, it's just
pronunciation in English?
Tab up. If I remember correctly, Salazar at least appeared as an infernal.
Yep, he was able to manifest the scars and everything.
Need to reach out to his house and need to pull every contract he has.
All right. The other names that came up, Malpero, Diogracias, and Hieronymus Prominence, are from the information that you're able to find. Malpero is a Deva assassin that does contract wet work for the Coalesci building.
Great, in our Coalesci building leak.
Well, it's sort of an open secret, right? Like, there are just situations where it's infeasible to let a person live, or it's infeasible to let a Defiant live, but it's also politically impossible to execute them using the legal channels. So there are a handful of people that the Coalesci building goes, here's a shitload of resources. Don't tell anybody, make him disappear.
Okay.
The other one, Hieronymus Prominence, is a flame dragon that causes problems. He doesn't have a court, and in fact, he's sort of blacklisted from most polite society. But the sort of anarchist punk underground of Leviathans really like him. And they enjoy smashing up bars and stuff with him. And that's sort of how they were able to in, to insert themselves into different facets of society. Malpero's been spreading social tentacles among the bigger muckety mucks, the people who know the people who know. And Heronius has been basically pulling a that one troll from Discworld, where it's he's just going around recruiting everybody, including the store mannequin, by hitting them over the head until they say yes.
Okay.
I don't want to be in a zero. Bam, bam, bam. I'm a zero now.
In notation, to my right-handers, Erroneous Prominence is open season. Go have fun. Don't kill him, but when you're finished expressing your displeasure, bring him back to me.
Mm-hmm. What about Dio Gracias?
Malpero, that is a Cassidy level problem. That's for me to deal with politically.
All right. In that case, we'll circle back around to we're kind of rapid firing this one because it's a lot of setting dominoes up. So if it's a bit zippy with the camera transitions, that's why. Val, do you want to do meeting lock and load first, or do you want to do the session with your mom first? Because that's going to pull Uzi in.
Oh, Uzi's coming into the dinner. Let's go ahead and pull Uzi in for let's meet with mom first. So just in case once I get up to go pee when people are out of my bathroom, you could just redirect that conversation for that.
All right. Yeah. Uzi, do you want to be in this on the counterpoint of that? Okay. So.
Oh.
Yes, more trauma.
My siblings here.
Well, because that's what Uzi said that they wanted to do.
Yeah.
Is go out there and start swimming downwards. So this is sort of my logic behind it. So you get on your boat. What's the name of your boat?
Death of a Salesman.
Oh,
nice.
SAIL. Oh.
I'm here for it. Mm-hmm.
Hang on, let me just hop onto my boat. Yeah, boy. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I also eat sailors, so.
You also what?
I also eat sailors, so you know.
You're not like those weak ass fucking spineless jellyfish fucking sirens seducing mortal men or whatever. Nah, for 'em and move on. What's a submarine but a fucking sardine can in reverse? You go out and it's nice. It's nice, like
yeah.
It's the bay.
Yeah.
Leading out into the ocean as the sun is going down. Like, come on.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And even though the horizon is, you know in your heart that it's semi-illusionary, that it's not actually real, you can still love it.
What's super cool about kind of this area, though, is whenever you're sort of out on the water, the mountain is incredibly prominent. Like, it's the most prominent thing on the other, going towards the east. So I just give a little nod to my boy up there. It's like, what's up, Tahoma? And just because I believe the mountain is called Tacoma by the indigenous people, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I get on a boat to have a family day just with the sibs and the moms.
All right.
Got some important things to talk about.
Your boat is going out, and the horizon is a flat line between sky and sea. For as far as you can look out in any direction. If you squint and focus your shard really intensely, you can kind of make out the behemoths and like the sky atmosphere creatures writhing outside the
Mm-hmm.
seraphim. But it's like a superimposed dream of it. Um, what is real though, and what you can definitely tell is actually happening, is the horizon is getting curved slowly.
Yeah. Upwards.
Um, and Uzi, as you're swimming down and down and down and down and down, you feel the pressure of the water begin to lift you up and away. You're immediately aware that this is a big fuck off Leviathan. And the only big fuck off Leviathan that's on the Pacific Northwest that is still alive is Yama. You're on mute.
Lovely.
So are you swimming towards it or are you swimming away from it?
I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna end it anyway, so I'll just swim towards it very slowly. Shall I? Mother.
Mother. Its ascension from the sea is monumental, to say the least. The water rises up and flows off of the scales of this humongous creature. Humongous to the point where it slips outside of reality slightly. And it's big enough and weird enough that it's kind of unclear where the scales end and the water actually begins. She's so big that she basically takes up the backdrop of anywhere that you look, when she's above the water. You feel affection, maternal pride, distant fear for your safety, concern that you're living your best lives, and a desire to give you everything. Your mom is too. I'm calling it. Your mom is too big to actually speak in dialogue. She speaks in narration.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Understandable. I mean, she is named after a Titan, after all.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where both of the Annas are basically looking way the fuck up, and they're looking at the dialogue, like the narration boxes in the panel, to see what their mom says.
It's like it's really hard to make mud lasagna like this, but okay.
What are you doing?
It just washes up on the shore at the end.
Yeah.
Mom speaks in Star Wars title scroll.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
With accompanying orchestra. In fact, yes.
Orchestra and whale sound.
Yeah.
Not only is the light non-diegetic right now because she's blotting out the sun and you can still see just fine, so's the music.
Yeah. Fair. It's like, oh, well, since we're both here, I just wanted to let you all know that I am in the process of I'm getting a divorce.
Confusion, misunderstanding, trepidation, a sense of worry for both parties, and a sincere hope for a peaceful and amicable resolution to the situation.
Yeah, and I look over at Uzi. There was an experience that we all kind of had recently that made me rethink some, I wouldn't say priorities, just more of my own well-being and happiness. And I'm not well, and I am not happy in this current arrangement, because when it came down to it, I'm not actually getting any benefits from this arrangement as much as, well, and like I motion to mom as my spouse is getting benefits to this access. So, I don't know if
distant understanding, not from a place of belittling your experiences and desires, but more from a place of it's such a small scale that she's not exactly able to comprehend it,
mm-hmm.
but she is expressing support, a desire to give both you and your partner the gifts and communication and whatever support that she can
Right.
to make this happen as smoothly and as amicably as possible.
Yeah, I just we'll see how it goes. I mean, she is part of the Seraphim, uh, and that was a thing. But when it comes down to it, I would like to be with someone who wants to be with me and who can, in fact, procreate with me. Not that she has the incapabilities of it. It's just that her boyfriend really doesn't want her to, and you know what? It's not fair to me. This relationship's not fair, and I would like to not be in it anymore.
There's an image in your mind of a tangled knot of kelp the size of a watermelon.
Delicious.
With the upward narrative inflection of this
Baby.
is what you're dealing with, basically.
Yeah. I just like to be happy. If I'm going to be married, it's going to be on my terms. Well, both people's terms. And the thing is that it's just her terms and not my terms at this point. So her and her boyfriend's terms, not me and hers terms. And yeah, I just think I'm done. There's better options out there for me. Maybe not right away, but looks over doozy. I'm a catch, right?
Of course.
See, exactly.
Your mother does her honest goddamn best to try to make some sort of pun about catching you because you're in the what? It does not land.
Oh, I laugh
You've been
anyway.
spending too much time.
Because
Mother.
the thing is, it's that not landing is funnier than it landing. Because puns are awful when they land. So,
Mother, have you been spending that much time with the mortals again?
You get the sensation of this expression.
Of course. You know, there are quite a few of our own kind who would be interested in, I don't know, seeing you ever instead of you watching them on the boats. Your name isn't Ariel.
it can be. Her name could be.
I know.
I mean,
Confusion, an overwhelming sense of concern. Parts of the original Godzilla movie pop into your mind where people are being crushed and dying slowly by this humongous presence, uninvited, coming into their lives. A desire to protect these small, very finite beings, and an open, naked fear of LeMay.
Yeah, valid.
And an apology. Basically,
Understood.
sort of a these are tied. I don't want to cause problems for everybody. Zelik, in your mind, you are given an instance of the current most up to date Leviathan family tree, with pathways going up its branches, highlighting which families you're genetically capable with, meta-narratively capable with, compatible with, and a couple of. She's a really nice girl. I think you'll like it. Some of those.
Oh my god! And I'd be like, "Hey, thanks, ma'am. Mammy, I think I'll be able to like I said, I'm gonna have some me time first, you know, and then maybe look and I'm not saying I don't have people in mind.
I think you'd make a great grandmother, mother.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why don't? Yeah, yes.
I
Maybe
mean,
you can help
we're not
Felix
her.
get his.
Let's be honest, we're not her only children. So
Yeah, but usually
we're
the
not.
brother and sisters are out here.
If there's anything, if there's
Yeah.
any character archetype I really like, it's the little old lady that likes you a lot, but could kill you and everybody within a quarter mile of you with a thought.
Yeah.
So basically, it's your mom, Granny Ghost, and an old lady infernal at the bridge club every day.
Every day.
Yeah,
Every day.
Playing
Every
Mom
and
Mom.
you
shit
want to
like
know
that.
something? Probably like the Angel of Death. Like Azrael's also hanging out there. Like,
A scythe just moving cards. Yeah.
Oh, Lilith is the
oh,
angelic
100% Lilith is
representation.
there.
And no, I'm serious. Lilith is the one who is making them sandwiches in the club's clubhouse.
Oh,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the time. Like you say that
Aw.
they probably participate in like episodes of Brindlewood Bay together too. Like
Yeah.
No, I'm from Florida. I know about Bridge Club. I know about brunch. And these are ladies that have the fancy
Yeah.
hats.
they have such
Oh,
fancy
Oh
hats.
my god.
Oh,
Hers is
and-
like a coral reef hat too.
And
Like,
in springtime, Easter's around the corner. You know they're getting
Oh,
their hats
no.
made.
The new waiter at the club is like, hey boss, yeah, this is the 17th round of mimosas these little old ladies have ordered. I'm gonna cut them off. And the boss is like, you're not. No, you're not. No, we can't afford the liability. You're not gonna do that.
There's no explanation. It is just the manager just nods and then slugs the guy and knocks him unconscious. And just
Throw him in the
waves
chili.
someone else on.
And around this time, I'm just gonna kind of turn to Uzi and be like, "So, you know about Harrison and Diane, right? The Horseman Killers.
Mm-hmm. What about them?
I found them out
Delightful.
there, and I am throwing them a dinner party
And
because I would like to know how to kill a horseman.
that sounds like a wonderful idea.
You okay? You're just really not sassy, and I don't know how to handle that.
Uzi's just kind of gonna look at those mirages of everything large and outside of the city,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just gonna sigh. I think I miss home.
Okay,
My
I'm stepping in.
Fair.
Zelik,
Zelik's like, hold up. I gotta pee.
oh, okay. The mom's just like, go off the side. It's not like everything else down here isn't pissing in here anyway. Oh no, it's slightly more salty.
He eats way too much dirt.
How do you? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna pause that right there because it's getting to the swap out point. I'm also gonna. Debating.
They've got like
Water.
20 minutes, I think, before Happy's.
No, we got like
Okay.
12.
Oh, shiz.
Yeah. It's fine. When Val comes back, I can. Yeah, when Val comes back, we'll finish you, prep, lock and load, and I'll drop a big steamy deuce right on Clap's desk, and then we'll go to bio.
I'm gonna. I don't know. I kind of want to talk to my mom.
You will. Wow, what a monotone, albeit threatening statement.
Oh, you will.
Don't you worry about it. No, no, there's literally no phrase I can use to reassure you that doesn't sound like you're gonna die. It's gonna be okay.
I mean, I'm actually kind of curious. Where is Don during this situation? Is he just trying to keep everything off fire for me? I feel
Okay,
kind of
so
bad.
what's going back at your place is functionally um, Bond is being a runner, and making sure that people, group of people A are communicating properly with group of
All
people
right,
B
sorry, my
properly.
eyes were floating.
Okay. And Gabriel is the one doing the direct administrativa. So like if making sure that all the paperwork is properly filled out and all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. So between the two of them, they equal like 3/4 of one U. Uh, so like sensations of encouragement, sensations of
Mhm.
apology that these things have happened to you, um, quiet distress again that you're in this situation, but ultimately hope that you're able to find what you want and be happy. With
Yeah.
the final note of and now I'm going to deal with Uzi.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sort of like look over and be like, well, you and whoever you want to brings invited, just give me a head count, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna jump off the boat and swim away. like,
Oh, you've been here before.
like it's not so much that like I jump off the boat and swim away, because I jump off the boat, sink to the ground, and just walk on the bottom all the way.
I mean, okay. Uzi,
Yeah.
you get the sensation of I you get the sensation that your mom thought she taught him better not to leave his toys lying around. And a massive swell of water comes up and gently like carries your boat over the course of like an hour or so back to the dock. And somehow the waves wash just perfectly correctly that the rope, the mooring rope goes like flops off and perfectly ties itself around the vertical post there.
What do you mean? He's left his toys everywhere his entire life. It's not gonna change now.
I It's not so much that the water reaches up to take you. It's more like 100-story deep column of low pressure swallows you downward and you fall into the abyss.
That is probably the most comforting thing he has felt in quite some time.
And as Uzi drops out of the bottom of the frame, the blue of the ocean becomes the blue of the curtain that Clive is walking past as he is going through the court, uh, and you walk into your office, and sitting at the sitting in the chair opposite your desk is the Hierophant.
I was expecting to be called to your office, not the other way around.
Things are busy, Bradley. Let's talk. Let's go to bio first.
All right, let's do that. All right, everyone, we're just going to take a quick 10-minute break. Everyone hydrate. Go to the bathroom. My bladder couldn't wait. We all know that. But yeah, get a drink. Go get some stuff. Take care of yourselves. Get a snack. And we will see you in about 10 minutes. hot. What up? We are back talking about garlic.
It's important.
Garlic is very important. It is
90% of the diet for several billion human beings.
Like,
and you tell me it's too spicy.
To be fair, as somebody, as a Cajun person, they say the Holy Trinity is onions, bell pepper, and celery. It's a lie. It's onion, bell pepper, and garlic. Fuck celery. Nobody uses celery. Celery is disgusting.
I take out the bell pepper. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I like cooking with bell pepper. I don't like eating it, if that makes sense.
It's good to work with. It feels great to work with. I like the culturally different takes on mirepoix, because you just walk in with carrots, onions, and celery, and then everyone and their mom goes, "Oh no, I got something for this." That's what I love about that.
It's true. But anyway, hey, we're back. We've peed several times. We got another flavor of White Claw. I was working on lime. We got mango this time, or mango, or mangue in French, le mangue.
Is Finnick back? Is Finnick still in chat? I believe you mean
Garcon.
What? Are they French? I don't know.
No, but it drives them up the wall when I say French things incorrectly. Zut alors.
First of all, I'm saying mangue properly. As an actual French person, I don't don't. It's my first language.
It's a mimetic distress agent for all French people. Francophones. There we go.
It's true. Francophones. Yeah. We are a thing.
We're
back with some emotional emotions. Well, let's get back to them.
All right. LeMay Andronicus was not the first angel that God made. That distinction and honor goes to Mike. He also wasn't the second angel that God made. That honor goes to Gabriel.
Mm-hmm.
But he is in the first dozen. And out of a legion of 2,500, that's still pretty high up there. He's blonde of hair. He's blue of eye. He's lantern of jaw. He's porcelain of skin. Perfect in shape and form, but clearly inhuman. His Defiant shard is special in the sense that it's tied to the Seraphim. But you can tell that it has partially overwritten his personal narrative. You're not seeing the hands of LeMay, you're seeing the hands of the Hierophant. You're seeing the Hierophant's component pieces that just happen to be assembled into a LeMay-esque Lego man, basically. He radiates power. Not in the Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, like rocks are breaking around him sort of power, but a slight bowing to the walls, a very minute vibration in the windows, a certain atmospheric increase in pressure around him. And he motions towards your chair.
Take a seat. So, I know of at least 2 individuals that are compromised that are part of the Gillespie Building regulars. We have a horseman problem, and now, given what a associate has informed me of, we have a nothing problem. A null-shaped problem.
Yes, I did feel her wake up. Start at the top of the list. Who's compromised?
Cassidy and Malparo.
Cassidy unfortunately had been misinformed of the nature of the work. What I'm going to tell you does not leave this room. There are 107 people that know this. You will be the auspicious 108th, and you will under no circumstances make a 109th. The Birchmen are a top secret project called the Centauri Mandate. God doesn't exist everywhere. It's difficult to measure, but we believe his influence or weight drops off logarithmically once you escape the Oort cloud. I'm sure you see where this is going.
I can see the appeal, but knowing what I know now, I think it folly.
Malpero is a contractor. We cannot, morally speaking, control what he does on his free time. If he wants to be a zero, he is allowed to be a zero. That is not illegal at this juncture. So you have informed me of a woman who made an honest mistake because she was not briefed by me pertaining to the nature of the Birchman. I take the blame for that. And restitution will be awarded as it is determined necessary. Malpero is under review. If we determine that it is no longer beneficial to continue to employ him as a resource, then he will be excised from our payroll.
I don't think you comprehend Cassidy's compromise.
Tell me.
She's the one who informed us where to contact Zero. She has had contact with something that changes the meta narrative. She has had contact with something of the Horseman. She must be contained and excised from the Order. She is allowed to live, but must be separate. She is a cyst.
Many people have seen Zero.
And they need
Why
to be
is she
contained.
different?
They all need to be contained. Until this threat passes, any one of them can be a conduit. Also, for their own safety, any one of them could be a subject. I don't need to see more people becoming trees, thank you.
Yes, that was unfortunate. But what exactly are you proposing? Knock on everybody's door, ask them, have you seen this man covered in bandages, and then arrest everybody who says yes? What is exactly your criteria for this program? How many people are we going to murder indiscriminately to clear this Zero complex that you speak of? What's your idea?
You're the one that's suggesting murder, not me. I'm suggesting containment. We treat this as the disease that it is. Quarantine.
Where are they going to go, Bradley?
The airport.
I will speak to Rive. I will inform her that she is to create individual virtual networks for every pod. No information will pass from one to the other. At the very least, if there is an infectious idea that will prevent its spread through the airport. Is that acceptable?
Yes.
Out of game. What was the next thing?
Next thing was we have a null-shaped problem.
Oh. Miranda is old, Bradley. She is possibly one of the 10 oldest living entities in the world. Her words carry much weight. So tell me what she said.
In the beginning, there was nothingness.
Oh. Bradley. I'm not going to infantilize you. That's unfair. I'm not going to belittle your concerns because you are legitimately worried, it appears. We've known about Null since the beginning. We knew that there was I hesitate to use the word, zeroth entity that existed before God did. And the Leviathans knew about it, and the Devas knew about it, and the Archangels knew about it. Null is a ghost story, a fairy tale, a thing that mountains tell their children to put them to bed at night. Null is nothing, literally. And I do not mean that in a way that corroborates Miranda's story. I mean, he is a phantom, ethereal, unreal.
I don't think I'm getting my point across. So let me write something very clear, and then I think our means of communication, you'll understand what I do. And just taking a piece of paper, I am quickly scribbling a contract.
Mm-hmm.
He will get all the information on Null contained herewith within this body. In exchange, he must act upon this knowledge. Shove the paper across, pen.
He actually smiles. You really are a piece of work. Here's my addendum. You tell me what Rebecca Mbasso is, and I'll sign this.
Rebecca? Rebecca is a hiccup caused by your Birchman project. I'm fixing your problem.
We really need to get you better security clearance. Okay. Nothing is absolute. As we've seen. Not even God. Oh shit, I forgot where I was going with this. Rewind the last sentence you said.
She's a hiccup caused by your Birchman problem.
That's
I'm
the one.
solving it.
There were 7 billion human beings on this planet. One of them was assigned by you to kill Defiant. And I was fine with this, because a 1 in 7 billion chance is well within nominal range. That's fine. But then 2 other mortals kill a horseman, a reaper that could part them with a glance. A coincidence. Now we're up to 3 out of 7 billion. Now there's 4. Your newest charge killed 2 Leviathans, Bradley, with a butcher knife and a gas main. I want to know how.
I think you need to sign that contract.
This sounds like a roll.
I apologize. I lost my temper. There's movement at the Coalesce building to take her in and dissect her. We need to know what exactly about her meta-narrative gives her the ability to kill Defiant. We're going to do the same thing to Lock and Load and Saint. I'm going to tell you that you have the opportunity to give her to us, and we will owe you. The eclipse happens in 3 days, and when it is over, I will come back to you, and if I don't have her by then, I will instead demand that you give her to us, and you will lose more than you realize you can, which is, I know, quite the statement to say to you. I want you to think about where your standing comes in, Bradley. I want you to think about the opportunities that you could have facilitating the needs of the Coalesce building. And then he signs the contract. I should mention that his name and your contract are not happy campers right now. The paper is desperately trying to not catch on fire and melt at the same time.
Casually just keeps smothering it.
Yes. Whap, 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 whap.
And slides it back to my side of the desk.
This is super normal, LeMay. Don't worry about it. Where is the fire extinguisher?
Just completely casual, and I am just continuing to stare daggers as I'm going, the information is going to your head right now.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you're giving him basically the spiel that Miranda gave you.
Yes,
is that
all of it.
Okay.
Yes. Also, because of how that was written, if there's anything that subconsciously I know, he does now.
I'm not going to blame you for seeing malice in this. To be frank, Bradley, we did you and your families a very, very raw turn, and that was unfair. And if I could think of a way to make it up to the Infernals, I would. If I could make this better, I would right now, without hesitation, give you everything you want. Your inclination to see this as betrayal is understandable, and I don't I'm not going to force you to take me at my word, Bradley. Yes, Zero is using... The term for it is a basilisk. It is a particular type of mimetic agent that circumnavigates the conscious mind, utilizing unconscious data input. These things happen. There was a push to use them in the mortal world at the beginning of the Cold War. It is not outside of the realm, Bradley, of possibility that Zero stumbled across this unintentionally. This could be a fluke. And the reason I say that is because you're infected. You have an alien meme complex in your mind. It's probably Zero's influence. I'm sorry.
As he sort of languidly sits at the table and looks at the Hierophant. No. I think there's a way we can fix that.
Because I know everything that you know, I'm infected too. Now I'd like to know what your idea is.
So, you're curious about what Mbasso is? So am I. Let's see if something that can kill a Leviathan can kill a meme.
Don't die. Andrew is dying. Well, actually, I hope
Every
not.
week. Every goddamn week.
It's all right. Take a minute. It's okay.
As Clive's mind's just like, you're afraid of the little mortal? We keep them around as tools.
All right. Let's see.
Would you like some White Claw?
I can't. I physically can't.
Okay, it's okay. Take a breather. You're fine.
No, I can't. I'm on way too many medications.
Yeah, no alcohol.
Yeah.
Oh, that version. Okay, fair.
Yeah, I'm a very cheap date. You can spend a nickel on a shot, and I'll be drunk immediately, like before the shot gets there.
Just by the fumes alone, like, whew, then you definitely don't want to be around my mezcal bottle.
Yeah. I'm pre-drunk from when I get drunk in the future.
There you go. Fair. That's
right.
my secret cap. I'm always intoxicated. Sorry. Continue the serious business role play.
All right. Uzi.
Yes.
You're not technically supposed to do this. And your mom knows it. She also knows that she technically doesn't give a shit. And if LeMay wants to come down here and make trouble about it, he's more than welcome to.
I could probably break his neck, you know.
Your shard is your info form. It's not actually a physical thing. It's a representative of your ego. It's your identity put into this body. So it's not terribly difficult for something as big and as old as your mom to simply pull it out. You have no shape. You have no boundaries. You have no light in your body. You have no physical anchor to where you are right now beyond the scope of the ocean. Your disparate, distributed consciousness, possibly not even sapient or sentient at this point, because you're so divorced from the sympathetic nervous system that causes these phenomenon to happen. So my question to you is, Illy, how long do you want to stay down there?
I don't know. I think part of the issue with Uzi is they carry a wild amount of resentment towards their mother. Because as powerful as they are, they never really seem to have the time to take care of them.
It's also
difficult.
Your mom's a hurricane. Your mom is the tides. Your mom is.
How do you resent someone who did something horrific to you unintentionally?
She physically couldn't, and it's not like she doesn't realize that she's done something wrong and failed you in some way. But, how do you put a diaper on an ant? At some point, there just comes a risk where you might just get crushed by her. And that sucks. And it's not great, but how do you make it better now? How do you do better now? How do you make things better for someone you hurt and you didn't even know at the time and couldn't know at the time? Yeah. All she can do right now is just make it better until you're ready to go back. And if that takes as long as it needs to take, then what the fuck ever. She's here. The ocean's not going to go anywhere.
I know.
And when you're ready to do what you got to do, she'll be there with you, at least in spirit.
I think Uzi is mentally a very old soul. Mm-hmm. And in the same way their mother doesn't communicate with words, Uzi has that difficulty. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you were kind of fucked from Jump Street, weren't you? I just realized you didn't have a linguistic development period.
No.
What the hell? Oh, Jesus. This bitch needs to hire a nanny. What the fuck?
So Uzi is just gonna vomit every terrible thought they've ever had at their mom. And I mean all of it. Like the whole, and then at the same time, they're gonna like simultaneously vomit like all of their fears of love. All of that teenage angst is just gonna come out.
So let me make sure that I'm parsing the syntax of your sentence correctly. You're vomiting everything, comma, at your mother.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not strictly limited to these are the things I'm mad about you, Mom. It's these are the things I'm mad about, Mom.
Yes. This is the I'm screaming into the void because the void is my mom. Do something for once.
I mean, the void's here.
Yeah. The void's related to you, so it's fine.
The ocean feels and for whatever it's worth, you sense not apology, but again, being overwhelmed and confused and misunderstanding. And hey, wait a fucking minute, what the hell is that? And your attention is drawn to a thin, flatworm-like thing wriggling through the cloud of black ichor that your thoughts are. That's trying to skip away.
Nuh-uh. No. Kill it.
You surround it. And you touch it. It's a parasite. Although not exactly. It's not a parasite. It's not exactly a symbiote either. It could kill you. It could make you sick. But it's not. No, it's not yet. This is zero, or at least an instance of it that was embedded in your mind. But there's another thing there too that's like almost like a parasite inside the parasite.
Clever.
That you feel has an activation criteria that hasn't happened yet. And the thing that you feel, not so much imagine or pull data from, you feel this burning dark red circle. Zelik.
Yes.
It's pissing rain right now.
Awesome.
Late afternoon in northern Washington. Hey, guess what? It's raining.
Oh man,
whoa,
what?
Whoa! Damn,
what?
It's
raining in the Pacific Northwest? No!
What are we gonna do? Everybody just got on the highway to go home. This is bullshit.
Like, but nobody here's what's up. If you live in the Pacific Northwest, you know how you find tourists? Umbrellas. We just wear hoodies, yo.
I got slapped in the dick on Thursday, by the way. It fucking snowed again.
Yeah, we just wear hoodies.
We were in the 50s for like 3 days straight, and then the weather was like, nah, bitch. Remember me? I never left.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna set the scene at a small storage facility that's off the books, but on the books enough that you have the keys to get in here and nobody asks any questions if they know what's good for them.
Okay.
And you're looking as the through this pouring sheet of rain at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 military transport trucks drive into the fence of the storage facility, and each back up to a storage unit. There's a silhouetted figure under one of the awnings to the administration building, basically. It's sort of waving you.
Yeah, I go over.
It's Zane, and
what's up, bro?
He's sort of. This has been the weirdest fucking afternoon of my life lately.
Oh?
They're weird. They're weird.
I probably they've been living out in, outside the carnival for what, 30 years now? So I can't blame them for being, but you know what? You're also kind of weird, so
I guess
I have to go out of character. Food.
Oh, did you order food for us?
Hello.
Damn it! I wanted some hummus.
Muhaha.
I actually had hummus.
Andrew.
Oh my God. Pope, I think you will respect this. I got one of the little containers of hummus, the ones that are like that big, that deep. And it was like a magic trick. Like I was looking at my computer screen and it was full. And I looked back at my computer screen. It was gone. Empty, scraped clean, the plastic licked. No recollection. Just happened so fast. Sorry, Ellie, what were you going to say?
You did.
You're underwater, boss.
I need you to chew on that question, buddy.
Is there a particular reason that there's like 700 zillion spaces between the question mark and the quotation mark?
Because when you try to copy out of a locked Google Doc, it pops up.
Yeah, it pulls the cell too.
Yeah.
That's bullshit. Yada yada yada. I'm sorry, that was rude. I didn't mean to yada yada your question. Yeah, no, I see where you're coming from. I'm feeling it. Yeah, tech y'all. Yeah, I feel like killing it.
Yeah, I got fantasy STIs apparently.
Yeah.
This is why you don't mind meld without what is a mind condom? Like, what would that?
Actually, there was a really good usage of a mind or a perception condom in one of the SCP stories that I was reading in preparation for this. What they did is they grew a giant germ, right, that has one sensory organ. It just has a huge eyeball right on the front of it, like Starro. And it interfaces with your mind by going into the back of your spinal column. And basically, it sees all of the mimetic stuff, like every bad effect or mind-altering effect or perception-altering effect that could happens to the thing instead of you. You just see it secondhand. So there's, I think there's like one part of the story where the guy's like, "Hey, what's that over there?" And the germ just goes, "Bleh," and he's like, "Oh no!"
Sorry, that was really inconvenient.
You were just in the ocean.
Me?
Yeah. So now you gotta get your calories back.
Oh yeah, it's yeah. I've my calories have been an avocado today, 2 slices of bread, a slice of cheese, and 2 of these.
Avocados, their big claim to fame is the healthy fat, right? That's what they got going on.
All fat is healthy, except trans fat.
Man.
There's nothing inherently unhealthy about fat.
Well, yeah,
that's the myth.
Well, I mean, not in the sense of like fat bad, more in the sense of like there's fat that's like not.
It's not going to choke your arteries.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoiler
like
alert.
red meat fat.
Red meat fat is also not bad for you.
Oh no.
It's only trans fats, so processed fats are bad for you.
Man.
That was legitimately a sugar industry lobbyist effort. Sorry.
No,
I'm a former paleo / keto person, so I have.
So here's what's up.
Yeah.
My doctor was like, "Hey, dude, you're gonna go to a nutritionalist because you do not know what's going on with food." And I'm like, "Dude, I was educated about the food pyramid in the early 90s. I think I know what's going on."
Nope.
Apparently, no. My friend Bear dropped the bombshell that you're supposed to be drinking 11.7 ounces of water, not 8.
So much water. You should be drinking so much water, and you should be eating a lot of fat and protein, and you should also be having carbohydrates. Like, that is also a lie. You should also be eating carbs. You just should be eating like shit that has soluble fiber in it.
Yeah. See, where I grew up, specifically the fat shaming abuse diet that I had to go on.
Yeah.
It was you're gonna eat your body weight in vegetables every day, and if you look at bread, we're gonna break one of your fingers.
Well, the thing is with bread is, in America especially, is the amount of sugar that it has in it.
It's yucky.
But yeah. So anyway, content warning, diet industry. So
yeah, let's talk about something nicer. Here's 2 weirdos with guns.
These 2 weirdos that I'm gonna have a dinner party for.
They're
Party wipe game, thank you for the raid.
Yay, hi everybody.
By the way, content warning, I'm about to eat on stream because I have not eaten today except for my avocado. So
Your avocado. Did you just have it raw? Is that what you're supposed to do with avocados?
I smushed it up and I made a sandwich out of it.
Why? Wait, if you can mash it up, why isn't there just like avocado jam or spreads or whatever?
That's what I made. I made a spread out of it. It was very ripe, so I made one.
Yeah,
This
and
is
it's because
bold new
avocado
territory.
oxidizes very quickly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. That's the one. So you'd have to stabilize.
Okay.
it
Usually when you mash it up, it's called guacamole.
Oh yeah, the guacamole.
So yeah, anyway, so these two weirdos with some guns.
So
Next to my boy Zane, I'm gonna go greet these. I'm gonna go greet them.
They're in the office building.
Mm-hmm.
The one you presume is Harrison because they're mask presenting.
Mm-hmm.
Is this kind of short cropped hair, pretty tough to looking, stocky, lots of tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
Diana, kind of the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
Tall, Amazonian, very long hair tied back in a very sensible combat bond. They're a T for T couple.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And when they see you, they they both kind of like perk up. But it's Diana that comes to greet you. And
Mm-hmm.
she sticks her hand out. She goes, "You're Zella.
You're Diana," and I shake her head. I
We're
am
so excited to meet you.
Same. I am a huge fan of your work, especially currently.
Yeah, that really seemed to really upset a lot of people, but
it upsets a lot of people until it concerns them, right?
So what do you need? What do you need? And she kind of takes both of your hands in hers. What do you need from us? How can Lock and Load help you?
Well, Lock and Load, I like it. First and foremost, I would rather discuss this over dinner and wine.
Harrison is like, "What kind of wine? Hello.
What kind do you want?"
What's up? Oh my god, I would do some very heinous and illegal shit for a good Zinfandel. Is that like? I would.
You don't
break
have
a
to
lot
do
of
that.
laws.
I literally have everything.
Yeah, I'm dying for one. We've been eating MREs for years now.
Oh, what do you want? What do you want for dinner? I'll make sure. While you get any like emotions, the outside off of you, we can have dinner prep. So what would you like? What do you want?
Harrison, apparently the carb lover of the two, says, "Get me that pasta buffet." Whereas Diana, a little more conservative, says, some espresso and some nice, mellow, neutral veggies and bread.
Trash.
Yeah, no. And I'm assuming that like
Oh my god, I'm not on mute.
my assistant Terabelle. I'm assuming my assistant Terabelle is also there. Like, and she's just there, just like writing shit down. And I was like, yeah, we can get pasta and bread and veggies and Zinfandel. I just have to catalog all of this, make sure it's accounted for and goes into the right place.
Oh, what? Harrison comes up. Hi, Zoe. I thought ahead. And Harrison reaches into his trench coat, or his little coat. He presents to you a manila flip folder.
Okay.
We did, yeah, I did that. To show you that we want to help with you and what you need to help for us. And Diana's like, yeah, Harrison, he jumped the gun, but it looks like you needed that, so.
Thanks. I'll tell you what. I'll have my lovely assistant escort you so that you can freshen up. Dinner will be in an hour. pre-drinks in about 45 minutes, and then we can talk about our needs.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, thanks. It's gonna be so nice to go back to the city.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't leave designated areas. You understand? I'm a
They
fan.
both, yeah, they both kind of just say like, yeah,
Mhm.
we know. They clearly know that they're up shit creek, even if they don't quite understand why.
Yeah, I'm
So,
a fan. Not
yeah.
everyone here is.
They're looking at you like, oh my god, someone's being nice to us.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you want, man.
Absolutely. So I don't have I don't have to ask the question on how are they impressed. Like, how can I impress them? My existence is impressing them, and the fact that I'm being nice is impressing them. Yeah. So
Freebies for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm essentially going to like inform my crew to also freshen up and come to dinner. Like everyone, like once everything is squared away, like everybody gets dinner. Like it's not just them. Like it's a house dinner. Kind of thing. And yeah, I'm also gonna go freshen up because I was in the ocean. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that salt water.
Mm-hmm. Salt water.
Yeah, you leave that stuff on too
Mhm.
long, you have to get a chisel and just like
Mhm.
tink, 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 to get it all off.
Mm-hmm. And then 1 second, just 1 second.
Val, I'm gonna
Mhm.
look you in the face and tell you, I heard that White Claw hit you
Me?
because your accent slipped out for like one syllable.
It's only 5%. I'm fine. I'm just incredibly hungry. So, and I'm just not thinking about it. So Zelik is gonna go get ready, freshen up, get one of like order from his his commissary kitchen then the best pasta that you can make. I'm trying to think of the one that's called. It's one with pork in it. But you know what? I'm gonna make sure that they also. Ooh, no! I'm gonna get a mussel linguine if they're not allergic to seafood, because seafood is, people could have that. And yeah, just a ziff, a really nice ziff, not the seven deadly sins, a real ziff, a real ziff. Hi, I'm a white woman, so me and red wine have a relationship.
I
So
I have a really weird love of the idea that Zelik would hold up 2 bottles of 200-year-old, like, you know,
I don't
half a
think
mil
Zinfandels
of,
existed for 200 years, to be honest.
like,
with you.
like half a
Yeah.
mil a bottle
Yeah.
sort of situation. And he goes, rips the cork out of one. This is for you to drink. This is going in the white sauce. And just Harrison's like, no, like in the background. Oh my god, what are you doing?
Yeah, 100%.
How do you give a mortal a panic attack?
And while things are cooking, I am gonna text Uzi and just ask if they're coming over for dinner or not. And if they're not, should I save them some?
Okay.
For later.
We will come around to the consequence of that in just a second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Clive. Where have you shacked up Rebecca? Where's she live at?
Currently she is
Oh, okay. Are you still with us, Val?
It's so I can eat.
Okay. Currently at the courthouse, in the safest place that she could be, in a room right behind the records.
Okay.
Because no one wants to go there.
Okay. It's also fireproof. We've lined it with the best asbestos money can buy. And she's like, you did what? Hey,
jokes. It's lead lined.
That's brilliant. All right. So, Rebecca is in the records. It looks like she's a woman that gets really into whatever she's doing. So like, not only has the contract already been torn to shreds with the highlighter, there's also notes on cross-referencing municipal law, and like it's pretty clear that this one woman may have spent more time reading one of your contracts than literally everyone else you've signed for combined. And she's currently on like page 8 out of 100 something.
Yes.
When you come in, and she's like, "Oh, Clive, good. Hey, come here for a sec."
Yes.
I haven't seen 275B, and I can't find it in the codes. Do you know what that one is?
Right. You just I'm sorry. In my mind, every single devil has just a memory for law.
Yeah.
It's just that's because you're looking at mundane records. The less mundane's behind here. Pulls out like a book that is like dripping ichor. Bible in hell.
Can I get some gloves?
Right.
Still very mortal. Thank you, Clive. All right. And so she puts on the velvet lined, silver inlaid, blessed gloves. And she starts flipping through it, and she kind of like, not like in a flirtatious or like even really conscious way. She just sort of like grabs your shoulder and brings you in a little bit. And she goes, she gets down to the 270s. She goes, "Okay, so you're referencing G here. But look, B has a cross reference to it. So is that still part of the, and then as she's getting into it, there's just a from LeMay.
Right. Rebecca, this is the Hierophant. Hierophant, this is Rebecca.
She does not understand what a Hierophant is, but she's okay. Who is he? Another lawyer?
Think high muckety muck. Like the
Okay.
high muckety muck.
All right. Well, Mr. The High Muckety Muck, what do you need from me? LeMay cracks. Like she doesn't see it. She can't see it. She doesn't even know. She has no comprehension of what's going on here. But you see it. You see the momentary human flaw in the gemstone that is LeMay.
Mm-hmm.
And he just sighs and shakes his head, and he says, "I was in the area and visiting my friend Clive, and I wanted to meet his newest courtier."
Also, there's something that you might be able to do for us, but it's experimental.
Yeah, sure. What's up?
We're going to give you a crash course in blood sorcery. As the eyebrows go up, he is going to make High Muckety Muck deeply uncomfortable.
Yeah. LeMay is basically just like, you can feel him behind you slowly rotating his head from her to you. And she...
This is my one chance to do something truly evil with an angel participating. I can't not.
And Rebecca, bless her heart, goes, I already, I thought I was going to be a warlock, Bradley, because of the infernal pact. I don't have a sorceress blood.
Yes, but in order to kill an idea, we need to get to, the core element, and there's nothing much more core than blood and bone.
All right, I got 8 ounces of one and about 256 of the other.
Oh, don't worry. It's not going to be your blood we're using.
Oh, thank God. And LeMay is like, yes, thank him indeed, I suppose.
It's mostly going to be mine.
she doesn't seem phased by that. She's like, yeah, you bleed all the time. It's like once a month. Hey, hey. She says, I'll get you a towel.
Just sort of like a bless your heart.
This poor girl. This poor girl just does not get it.
Nope.
All right. What's your sorcery look like? What's your magic happen? And keep in mind, you got the big Vanny when it comes to the metaphysical shit, because the Hierophant's right fucking there. So I'll give you a re-roll on anything that is appropriate to that particular pot.
Okay. Well, the entire concept going to the dark and terrible sections of magic. Going to be using a blood ritual. Using both the mortal name and the actual name to codify into reality what is me.
All right. So
and using her as a conduit to excise anything that should not be me.
Okay. So you're basically doing a versioning stability check. You're taking out all of the shard you and going, all right, here's a human body, what different? Is that what's happening basically?
Think of it more, because in my mind, this is more blood magic has enough oomph to use true name magic. So a mortal can actually use this to do higher forms.
All right.
So this is, to put it in changeling terms, this is a saying. And anything that does not correspond to the narrative that is both Clive and Renove goes bye-bye.
All right. Honestly, you make too compelling an argument, and at this juncture, Clive knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing well enough for this that any mistake that Rebecca might potentially make can be corrected before the trigger is pulled on the spell. And on top of that, LeMay's there. So if any magical energy isn't even daring to try to go screwy because it knows it'll get in a lot of trouble with the Hierophant. So you don't have to roll for this. I'm just going to give you the 3 success version.
Okay. And the main reason why I'm using her is because she has death written all over her. So
How do you
if
mean?
anyone could kill an idea that's in this room, it's her, at least in his mind. So,
all right, I will take over control. Val, are you still here? Okay, they're at bio. All right. The symbology present is effectively theater. You don't need a circle on the ground. You don't need the candles. You don't need the hovering things. They're very useful things, and as they are manifested into being by dint of your control over this space, LeMay watches with passive interest at seeing an infernal work, because how often do you get to see that happen? This is very interesting. And Rebecca is gonna have to try and find her jaw because it rolled under the couch over there somewhere. The light goes dark. The light becomes non-diegetic again. The walls around you literally fall away into the darkness. It's just you two in a bubble of your own story, effectively shutting out all other narrative influences that could be passively radiating their stories onto you. You've just sidestepped the whole scenario. Your scars are really going nuts. They've effectively turned into additional limbs at this point with their ability to weave into the shadows and the blood around you. It's visceral, it's gory, it's gross. And just as it looks like it might be too much for Rebecca, even in her most bless your heart way, to handle at this juncture, she sees it. Her hand darts out and crashes through your face and rips something out of your head with this spray of bloody, chunky ichor behind it. And she's holding, gripped in her fist, this flatworm looking thing that writhes and twists around. And she looks at it and she's like, yeah, I did it. Oh God, it's gross, Clive. Oh God. Take it.
And I think like one of the bloody limbs forms more like a chain and just hooks this worm. And at the same time, like in the smashed face, like I fully picturing it like the head is caved in, but the mouth is still there. It's the smile of a proud father.
Yeah. It's like the blasted ones or whatever from the first Doctor Strange movie, where it's like your skin is just cracked around it, like she just punched through a porcelain mask.
Yes.
She does something that a mortal really shouldn't do, but it's not a humongous deal at this juncture. But she runs out of the private narrative somehow, like just jumps into the void. And by the time you're able to collapse the story back in on itself and close the shima, LeMay is just like, she went to the restroom to she was quite insistent on taking a shower.
Found it.
Let's take it home. And that's where we'll pause for you. I'm sorry, I lost track of the rotation. Who's up? Who's on first? Is it Uzi or Zelik?
Yeah, I believe it's Uzi because we checked in with Zelik and locked the load. So it's
okay. And my camera is officially fucked, so no one can actually see me. So go ahead and go with Uzi. We're about at our 15-minute mark. So
yep, I'm getting to the wrap up point.
Cool.
You're holding the concept in your mind, or at least you're containing it in a narrative envelope of yourself. So what are you going to do with this thing?
Uzi at his very core, still true blue ocean evolution dog eat dog, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the best predator adapts. Uzi wants to adapt.
Okay.
He's going to basically mind his mom and be like, you gave me form, you can help me change it to something I at least want.
Okay. So here's my option for you. Because this could go in two different ways. I'll let you eat it and gain the permanent attribute familiarity with infoform parasites. Or I'll let you integrate it into your body and gain a permanent inoculation against being infected again.
Oh, I want that.
Okay. Your mom wonders if now is the time to re-knit your body, or if you want some extra space.
I don't think there's ever a time to destroy and rebuild yourself. Nothing ever has a perfect time, right?
The worm is unwoven. And for her effort, for her sincere desire, she does as good a job as she can, knitting you back to your physical form. It's not perfect, and you feel a slight ache where the destroyed weave of that worm got brought into your body. You'll heal, but it's not perfect. Your defense is perfect. You're perfectly inoculated now, but you're sort of putting on a shirt that came out of the dryer just a little damp.
I'll adapt.
Yearning, concern, a desire for things to be better, a question of loss.
Mother, have you ever loved something or someone? Not us. We are in our own essence an extension of yourself, but something else.
It's not love the way you define it. She makes you feel it briefly. It's not platonic love. It's not romantic love. It's not sexual attraction. She's everything. 70% of the planet, something, right? All of her frozen in the permafrost on the North and South Poles. All of her, even just a few molecules of her floating around in the bodies of every person that's ever lived, every animal that's ever lived, all the way down to the unicellular creatures that live next to vents at the bottom of the ocean and never see sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
It's a love of responsibility. Not to be a guide or a shepherd, but to be there, to always be there, to be an undrainable well of this resource that every single one of these entities needs.
I
That's
feel as similarly.
her love.
I feel somewhat similarly in my own. You know how I am
She
about
knows.
several things.
She knows, and when you're ready, she wants you to talk to her about them. But if now's not the time, then now's not the time.
I will never feel that way about myself for a variety of reasons. And with that, the need to protect myself doesn't really register, I suppose.
There is an image in your mind of the heart of the sun, the roiling, chaotic, fiery cauldron of impossible to understand heat. And in this, two hydrogen atoms and an oxygen atom fall in love. And they have a baby. And there's your mom. She was there. That was when she was made. And you get another image of a completely empty void with one speck, one final H2O particle drifting in space. Not even in space, a vacuum beyond even the emptiness of space. And those last little bonds die just by the nature of how things go. And that's where your mother's memory ends. And she stresses to you in her own way. You might not be ready now, and you might not be ready tomorrow. But there's a long, long, long time between now and when you can't anymore, but that time is not infinite. When you're ready, don't forget. That's your only obligation to this. Okay?
I'll tell you what. I have to protect the people I love and the things that I love and all that surrounds that accoutrement. But we'll have a nice dinner afterwards. I promise I won't make you make me dirt lasagna. And Uzi's just gonna.
Yeah, there's a shift and a twist and a fold of the water along the fifth dimensional plane, and you're dumped, not dumped rudely, but you're basically just plonked onto the shoreline as the water folds off of you. If you
I
hurry,
do like a little bit of magic to look clean.
If you hurry, you can still make the dinner party.
Yes, I think I will. They just start to walk there, but clearly at almost that smooth flow of water.
Lock and Load are energetic house guests. They're polite, and they're doing their level best to stay where you tell them to stay and to keep out everybody's way and only interact if they're approached. But it's pretty obvious that they've sort of been living in the wilds for a couple of years. All right. They are fully buttered. There is no surface. There's the it's not the dinner party yet, but it's sort of the pre-dinner. And while Diana is sort of chatting with some of the members of your court, actually it's kind of surprising. It's Saya that took a bit of an interest in Diana. And they're sitting on the on a couple of chairs outside watching the rain fall down. Oh, I just realized why it was raining is because your mom got up. That was all the water that fell as she stood up. Yeah. Yeah. So they're shooting the shit. It's really interesting to see Saya that animated. She's actually moving her hands a little bit. Okay, we'll be there in a second. You, yeah, and they just share this short look of not romantic, but it's a specific connection. It's a specific connection between the two of them. Yeah, but you can see that they've made some sort of very very deep, very fast friendship. Harrison, as Diana and Saya are like, yeah, we're heading in. Harrison is led up to you by one of your courtiers because he wasn't able to find you. And he kind of waves you over to one of the not the like an antechamber basically with like a table and just a place to chat. And he produces this briefcase and he opens it up and there's manuals for the operation of the helicopters and most of the firearms that you recovered from the and he says sorry, so like I'm a little nervous around. Listen, I know all these. I can at least fly the Chinook. I'm not good at it, but I can. And I have I'm ex company. I have training on all the weapons. So if you need the guys to know how to, I'm yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, I uh he gets really nervous. Like he looks really concerned, and he says, "They need a little maintenance. I have some training." So they, if they ever need to fly, if they're ever going to fly again, they need to be stored properly. And the base was abandoned when the Seraphim came down. Said that nobody's been taking care of these machines for a couple of years, and I didn't have the resources while we were there. So they've just been sitting there mocking me being unmaintained and still with gas in the tank. So now I. He is super intimidated. He doesn't know what to do with himself. Uh, I'm my friend. he yeah he looks like he took the isolation a lot harder than Diana did. Yeah, yeah, I uh yeah. Okay, yeah, thanks. um and he goes to sit down at the table, and Diana sort of leans herself back as you're coming around to sit with them, with her hands in her pockets and her foot up on the table, very rude. Clearly, yeah, clearly raised in the barn. Yeah, yeah. And she says, yeah, we do owe you. So like we were the a lot of the supplies we had access to were running out. It was becoming a difficult situation. And as she says that, the voice sample of her saying situation loops. And it loops into Kit Caliber's self coffinizing. as the pumping beat pulls the camera out up over the dimming lights of the city, that's being sort of smothered by this torrent of rain. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. That's what makes Diana say, well, that's a difficult situation. Yeah. So this is pumping synthesizer music that's oddly energetic for such a sedate shot. But it quickly becomes evident why it's happening when one of the towers, one of the hydrophonic towers explodes. Smash to black. All right, that's it. There you go. I can't do it without the cliffhanger. Yeah. I have a question. Handle first or blade first? Because that's really going to color the shape of the encounter. You're cute. Yeah. Yeah.
That's not the only thing they want to gift.
Yeah. I got your D4 piercing damage right here.
Fucking OBS that whole time, even for my last line. I love not keeping ahead of my mics. You know what? Fuck it. Whatever. Everyone else, where can we find you on the internet? Where can we keep? Because listen, as long as people can see the subtitles, we're fine. But yeah, needless to say, Zellic has a horseman problem, and that's what we ended on. That was the last line. We can't act it out again. I'm sorry. You're just gonna have to deal with it. Pope, where can we find you? Everyone, just tell me. It's a night. I'm ready. I'm done.
Fair. Hey everybody, Pope here, Pope Worldbill on Twitter, Pope Worldbill on Twitch. I lurk in all your streams. If you want to see more of this silly face, you get a number of opportunities throughout the week. Coming up next, tomorrow, or today, looking at the time, at 3 p.m. Eastern over on Weave the Tale. It is our finale for Pugmire, What Lies Buried. Come see some good doggos. Then Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern, Laugh Love Lindy, we have our first session of Innistrad, Fang and Shadow. So if you want to see me run some gothic horror inspired 5e, come on down. Then Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern over on Follow Black Cats, we are back with our Disaster Spies in the spy game Hexcrawl. Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern over on Critical Misses, we continue our campaign of Masks Advanced Studies. Come see some University H heroes with some Fae-like problems. And then Saturday we are back at 4:30 p.m. Eastern over on Practical Thesbophoria with more Starblade Battalion memories, our Backtown campaign, and then be back here at 9 p.m. Eastern for more Defiance. Things exploded. I'm concerned. And that's it from me, folks. Take care.
Very concerning. Yeah.
So, hi, I'm Ellie. I play Uzi. You can only find me on my Twitter at @lesperanto and Defiance next Saturday. So, I better see you here.
Right. Belle, are you up next or am I?
I do everything first, so it's all you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't keep.
It's okay. It's you.
It's
Go
the
ahead.
ADHD
Close
rampant
us
today.
off. Close us off. Do
All
it,
right.
fam.
I'm Andrew. I'm the one in charge of the story. You can find more stuff that I make, including articles and short stories, and videos and let's plays, all that good stuff over at s-studios.com. And you can find me mostly retweeting pictures of skunks and opossums on my Twitter, but I can't speak about it on the record, but there's going to be stuff that happens in the next 17 days. So
Okay.
monitor. You'll learn some stuff.
Monitor
We're going to
the
have a good
things.
time. Yeah, watch this
Gotcha.
space.
All right.
But yeah, thank you all for coming out. I hope you all had a good time watching, and I hope you all had a good time playing. And we will see you next week for part 2 of this episode.
Yeah.
Until next time, little mortals.
Until next time, mortals, we're going to go say hello to our friends over the Onyx Path. They are playing a game of Hunter the Vigil, which is the only World of Darkness game that I give shits about. With
You
that,
were old.
yeah, with that, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.